Ibrahim Traore is the most popular African leader right now, not only in his country, but in the entire Africa continent.
We stand with Captain Traore. We stand with Traore because we know that Traore stands for the unity of Africa. We are Traore, and Traore is all of us. If they kill Traore, you must know they would have created another wound in the continent of Africa. We must defend him the same way we defend the unity of Africa.
Like it or not, Ibrahim Traore is the most popular African leader right now, and that seems to be a problem for the Western.
Africa's in trouble.
In Africa, politically, economically, and militarily, and how that is a threat to our very important strategic interests on the continent.
As we have withdrawn our presence from countries in Africa.
Does that sort of corruption and bribery go on with regard to the Belt and Road?
Can you imagine what would be the reactions of Africans all over around the world if something bad have to happen to Captain Ibrahim Traore? Do you have any idea if Ibrahim Traore get killed today, what would be the reactions of Africans all over around the world?
They are coming to unalive Ibrahim Traore. Yes, you heard me right. They are coming, and by day, the West are coming to unalive Ibrahim Traore.
Yo, why do you keep trying to kill this man? After now 20 failed assassination attempts on the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, I now know why they're calling him the most important black man on the planet.
Yo, what is this I'm hearing about how France and the US want to arrest Ibrahim Traore? Are you taking the piss?
General Langley, I see that you are making waves on these social media streets, okay? Burkina Bay people have sent me to give you a message. They said they are very, very happy with Captain Ibrahim Traore. They are very happy with him. They don't have a problem with him. They understand what you are trying to do, but they are very, very happy with Captain Ibrahim Traore and what he's doing for them.
General Michael Langley of the United States Army is talking about arresting Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, our very own Captain Ibrahim Traore, aka President of Africa.
This young boy, within just 6 months, has commissioned 18 factories. 18! They build cars in Burkina. They are building their own tomato. They don't import anything. First thing he did, he closed the borders. Nobody should come here. Nobody should come here.
You will not oppress Africans forever. Do you know what? Africa is rising because they have been trying to assassinate Traore. There has been numerous coup attempts to get rid of Ibrahim Traore because Ibrahim Traore is a shining example of what leadership should be.
So France and the US want to arrest Ibrahim Traore. So they're claiming he is a dictator. He's using God reserve to protect himself and to enrich himself. Come on, man. The man who can't even get a presidential salary. Are you guys kidding me right now? We all know that whatever Ibrahim Traore is doing right now, it's amazing. It's surprising all of us. Like, a president can do all of this in a short period of time.
What the hell is going on in Burkina Faso? I mean, France and USA, they want to arrest the president. The president, I'm talking about the president of Burkina Faso, whose name is Ibrahim Traore. So they want to arrest him. For what reason? So how is that supposed to be done? I don't understand how you want to arrest a president of another country, a sovereign country in 2025. Just because he kicked out France off his territory.
Pray for Ibrahim Traore. This man is a Muslim leader who is looking to change the future of Africa.
Ibrahim Traore is the king of Africa. You touch the Ibrahim Traore, you touch the Africa. Today and in never. you speak better the name the Ibrahim Traore because
Africans, they are so ready to put their lives online in order for them to protect Ibrahim Traore. And if something have to happen to Ibrahim Traore today, the Western will regret it, because Africans, they are not willing to lose Ibrahim Traore as much they did lost Muammar Gaddafi, because this man is being seen out there as the last hope of Africans, and that is the reason why Africans love him so much.
When we say we support Ibrahim Traore, it's not some sort of infatuation that we have with the image of Ibrahim Traore, but it is because of the policies that he's now enacting. It is because of the servant leadership that is now showing. And that is exactly what Africa needs, because we want many more Africans to also say, like Ibrahim Traore, that we want our presidents to follow Ibrahim Traore's footsteps.
Now, for the fact that Africans love him so much, well, this does not sit okay with the Western. These Western countries, they are not only trying to remove him from power, but they want to put an end to his life. And they are doing this by organizing different assassination against Ibrahim Traore. Fellow Africans, if you still love Captain Ibrahim Traore, you need to do something in order to protect this young man. Do you know why? Because the US, with its allies, they are on their move. They want to attack so badly on Captain Ibrahim Traore. But why though? Why are them insisting to take down Captain Ibrahim Traore? Well, they are busy accusing Captain Ibrahim Traore of selling the Burkina Faso gold to Russia and China.
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Traore and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime. There's a number of examples across. When you get down to it, it's all about the revenue that can be drawn out of that, and there are nefarious actors in the CCP or in sometimes Russia are complicit in those activities.
This is General Langley, the man who's in charge of the US militaries in Africa. In other words, US military bases all over Africa. This is the man who have to give the report to the Senate. And according to this man, he says that Captain Ibrahim Traore is not that popular as Africans that are trying to make it look like. But Captain Ibrahim Traore is the entire house of corruptions which is taking place in Burkina Faso under his leadership. You heard him very well, saying that Russia is playing a very big role in all this because Burkina Faso leader Captain Ibrahim Traore is giving them the gold of Burkina Faso in order for them to protect him. And that was not all, because he continued saying that
China's trying to set the globe now. They want to be the global hegemon now. Chairman Xi has put out a 2049 plan, but they want to get there earlier. So therein lies the importance that we engage and show assurance actions, but we just can't just harbor the facts. We harbor the facts, but we don't own the narrative. And it's being drowned out by the CCP and their campaign plans to be able to influence civil society, influence the militaries.
Listening to him very well, guys, you can tell that these people, they are fighting over the African mineral resources, isn't it? Because the way they are attacking these other nations such as Russia and China, it is more obvious that these are their arrival in Africa continent. And these are the people who came and tried to open the eyes of African leaders that you can make a better deal with us than making deal with the US. According to them, they believe that the US, it is the only friend that Africans can have as their partners, and not China and Russia. But why so?
This is not belligerency. This is the minimum decency you need to apply to international relations. How can you demand other countries? I will slap you in the face. Don't slap me back. Otherwise, I will punish you more. That's the law of the jungle.
They can't replicate what we do, whether it be their trying to copy what we're doing in our IMET or our international military education training. It doesn't compare. And we match our efforts, whether it's Title 22 funding or Title 10 funding.
The worst part about all this is for the fact that they are trying to compare themselves to China and Russia. They believe that Russia and China, they are not doing nothing in Africa continent, but them, they are much better than these countries. Therefore, they want to impose to Africans who they can make friendship with, who can be their partners, to whom they have to sell their minerals to, or to whom they have to cooperate with military operation in Africa soil. Imagine this kind of people. They lack even the respect to respect African countries, yet they consider themselves as the good role model to everyone around the world. Now, here's another fun part. When he said that,
yes, Senator, as the Chinese Communist Party and even the Russian Federation are trying to encroach upon what we do as far as influence and cooperation with our African partners, they pale in comparison. As evidenced by what we do in our conferences that we hold, or moreover, the exercises we have, whether it's Obigami Express, all those countries, a number of countries in the 40 plus are always wanting to be part of it. Same thing as far as our Express series, and we get our maritime members because of the illicit activities that China is doing in IEU fishing. All those qualities and shared objectives gives us a convening power and influence on the African continent. There's no better type partner that the Africans can have in the United States.
According to this man, he's saying that regardless of the presence of China and Russia in Africa soil, in Africa continent, even though these countries, they are cooperating with Burkina Faso leadership, yet people still choose to work with America and not with China. Who says so? So it's kind of like talking on behalf of Africans when we can see the different reactions coming from Africans toward the US. Now, what did you hear from all this? Obviously, the US, their anger toward Ibrahim Traore, it is for the fact that him and the Burkina Faso people, they have turned their back toward the US, and then they went and make deal of friendship with countries such as Russia and China. This is what is driving them insane. Because since they know very well that they don't have power to go and attack Russia or China, but they have to do something which they usually do in Africa continent, because they consider African leaders as their puppets, where they will get to see on how to nominate the candidate of their choice and remove the candidate who is not of their choices. So they kind of like saying, like, in order for us to stop the presence of Russia and China in Burkina Faso, we need to eliminate this young man. We need to assassinate him so that we will put our own person who will be at our service. That is the simple language that these people, they want to do right now. Proof to that, this general, after giving his statement in the Senate, the next things we saw, another assassination attempt against Ibrahim Traore. When the ministry trying to figure out who's behind all this, the next thing, there was another military coup attempt against his government. All these things, they are doing it because they want to make sure that they must remove him in power, because they want to make sure that he should not be the man who's there, because this man, he does not want to cooperate with them. He does not want to obey to what they have to tell him. He does not want to listen to their orders. And that is something which does not make them feel comfortable, because according to them, they believe that the US influence around the world, the US leadership in Africa continent is what matters the most. And that is the leadership that comes with the interest of the US.
In 2023, African countries experienced a 47% increase in Chinese construction contracts and 114% surge in investments compared to the previous year, which totals about $21.7 billion, a substantial amount. So my question for you, sir, is can you expand upon the growing presence that China has in Africa, politically, economically and militarily, and how that is a threat to our very important strategic interests on the continent.
China's trying to set the globe now. They want to be the global hegemon now. Chairman Xi has put out a 2049 plan, but they want to get there earlier. So therein lies the importance that we engage and show assurance actions, but we just can't just harbor the facts. We harbor the facts, but we don't own the narrative. That's being drowned out by the CCP and their campaign plans to be able to influence civil society, influence the militaries. They can't replicate what we do, whether it be their trying to copy what we're doing in our IMET or our international military education training. It doesn't compare.
They're not doing this for free. No, they're doing this to protect the US interest all over around the world. In other words, it's good for them to protect their interest. But other nations out there, they are not allowed to protect their own interest. They are not even allowed to remain as a sovereign country. Their sovereignty should be something nothing to their eyes or in front of the US. The kind of people that we're dealing with in this world. But here's the fun part in this Senate Congress that left me like, wow. Okay, it is when these men have to come and at least speak the truth, which we all know. They all know it, but they never want to talk about. But this time, these men have to come and say something, which I want you to listen to.
Okay, well, you can't imagine how frustrating it seems to me that this mineral-rich continent has not been able to move to a utilization of the resources to benefit the people there after all this time.
But who destroyed it? Who've been stealing all these African minerals? To whom these minerals have been benefiting, if it is not the US and the Europeans? To whom these minerals it had been developing or giving jobs, if it is not them, the Western? So why today coming and making sound like, no, it is all about China, Russia, and the Captain Ibrahim Traore who are destroying these minerals and losing it value? This is what I've been saying, that we're dealing with hypocrite people who don't consider the feeling of other nations, who don't consider or respect other nations out there. Because if she have to come and preach by this good example of saying that, no, yes, the African mineral resources, it never benefited them, it never do this and that, that sounds true, because that's what we all know. But the question is, why are you accusing other people when you are the mastermind behind all this? When you are the one who've been stealing all these things for all these entire years, and you never bother to do something about it. Today, just because these Africans, they have turned their backs towards you and they went and find another new partners, just because you are so jealous of their new partners, now you kind of like trying to do this certain bad propaganda against these other countries and try to speak good about Africans when we all know what you have done for all these years. Africans are not stupid. Africans are not sleeping like before. Africans are awake. Africans, they have understand what these people have been doing all this time. Africans, they are not supporting people such as Ibrahim Traore, Julius Malema, or Prof. P.O.L. Lumumba for no reasons. No, they are doing all these things because they can tell that these are two Pan-Africans that we need in our daily time so that we can be able to stand against the Western and defend our own mineral resources. So all these left-up stations against Ibrahim Traore or trying to organize a military coup against him, well, this is something that won't have impact anymore, because Africans, they are so ready to put their lives online in order for them to protect Ibrahim Traore. And if something have to happen to Ibrahim Traore today, the Western will regret it, because Africans, they're not willing to lose Ibrahim Traore as much they did lost Colonel Muammar Gaddafi back then in 2011. Africans this time, they're more focused. They want things to be done in the proper way. And if Ibrahim Traore have that courage to come forward and say that, no, look, I don't want to be your friend. I cut all the ties. Please leave my country. I don't want to be borrowing money from you. Stay with your money. I'm good. I don't want to buy a fighting weapon from you. I'm good. I don't want to have you this, then that. Cutting all this relationship with these Westerns, that was something which put Captain Ibrahim Traore in the good position. And Africans who have good mind and good common sense, they have to come and support him, because they could see that there's something beautiful that is happening with this young man. Is promising something beautiful for the future of the entire Africa continent. So I think the US, with their strategies that they're trying to do, is not going to work anymore, because all Africans, we are aware of their strategies and things that they usually do time to time, and we're not going to allow that again this time. So guys, I believe you have also something, you have something also to tell us. Please feel free to tell us about it in the comment section. Share with us what is in your mind. Tell us, what do you think this Western, they are having this kind of hatred toward Captain Ibrahim Traore for all he have done so far in Burkina Faso and for African people. Share your thought with us, but above all, like this video in your numbers, give us your thumbs up. We'll really do appreciate that. We're looking forward to see you again in our next video. If you have not subscribed to the channel, feel free to subscribe to the channel right now, so that whenever we're here, you'll be able to hear from us. I believe that is it for now. Continue to be yourself, be good, be kind, have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon in our next video. Ciao, ciao.